Movie Geeks United Art of the Documentary series premieres in January 2016. Included in that series is a brand new interview we conducted with documentary filmmaker Brett Morgen. In this special clip from that interview, Mr. Morgen discusses the different approaches he employed when assembling his portrayals of both rock superstar Kurt Cobain and movie-producing legend Robert Evans. Visit MovieGeeksUnited.net for more details on our Art of the Documentary series.
What fascinates me, too, about the Robert Evans and a great difference between your treatment of Evans compared to something like Cobain. Cobain, it feels like there's been all this mythology surrounding him since his death, which I think happens to a lot of famous people when they pass away young, especially. And what you did was really, in a very raw, intimate way, you humanized him. With Evans' greatest creation is himself. He is a myth himself, in a way. So it was about embracing the mythology that is Robert Evans, I would think.
It was very much constructing the mythology of. That was a shrine to Bob. It was you can get buried in Hollywood, at the Hollywood Cemetery and have a little plaque, or you can have a great documentary. You can have this larger than life documentary. And I think that's a better. The kids. My minor in college was American mythology. I'm John Ford, and then the other thing I forgot to tell you about my sort of past sort of academics and how they have gotten immersed in my film stuff is I studied John Ford. My Div 2 at Hampshire College was called John Ford and the Myth of American Civilization, and it was all about the very consciously constructed use of mythology in John Ford films. So Evans, again, that was in a vacuum. Film and myth were things that I was very much steeped in, and the Kids Season Picture is very much it's a myth. When the movie was supposed to, I shot a sequence for the film that is now the end of the film, but we never cut to the screen. But it was originally shot for the beginning of the film. But the idea is that Bob's in his projection room, and he's watching The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. And the scene comes on where he says, "When the legend becomes fact, print the legend." That was what the end of the Kids Season Picture, when Bob's watching a movie and you don't know what the movie is. That's what that scene, as we conceived it, was supposed to be. And I never shot the reverse, or we shot the reverse. We never edited it that way. That was the Kids Season Picture. When the legend becomes fact, print the legend. The legend was more, was more interesting. That's not always the case. The thing with Montage of Heck that I like to say is that I didn't know what the story was going to be. And the story could have very easily been a retelling or reinforcement of the myth, if that is what I happened upon through my experience with the primary sources. Because what happened was when I started that project, I got to a point where I understood what the film would look like and sound like and feel like, but I didn't know what the story was. And the story would have to come to me, because I had already decided I'm going to make a film based on Kurt's art. What that story is will have to be revealed through the art. And through his art, we were able to arrive at, I think, a level of intimacy and honesty that at sometimes runs in opposition to cultural myths, and at other times is very much united.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the one thing I could tell you is it was not constructed as mythology the way Evans was.